Hey everyone, I got an article that may shock some of you, and hopefully it'll make others get busy. But before sharing the article, I want you to read, check out what I got here on the Words of the Beast page. Just go to RCC Exposing, go to Words of the Beast, click it, and go down to where it says Vatican claims power over all governments. Click that, and this one here is from 1870. Catholic World by a priest by the name of Hecker. All right. And he said this long before they had their mortal wound. He was even showing signs of being healed in 1929. This is 1870. He's saying this is how bold these guys are. It says there is ere long to be a state religion in this country, and that state religion is to be Roman Catholic. All right. Scroll down a little bit, and you'll notice this. But before, we all know what's been going on the last few months in regards to how the United States of America is changing or meeting right now in the exact same building that they drafted the first Constitution. They're changing our Constitution, right? Obama's been stomping all over the Constitution ever since he gained office. So did Clinton, Bush, all of them. They've all been, or the police for that matter. I mean, just like in some of the major cities where the cops aren't as friendly as most, you'll see how your Constitution doesn't matter anymore, right? But check this out. There's a reason for that. It says, but constitutions can be changed. The non-Catholic sects may decline to such a point that the political prescription or ban of them may become feasible and expedient. Okay, now why do you suppose they say that? Well, the world is going to be Roman Catholic. That's why Tony Palmer said what he said a couple of weeks ago, that video I put up where it showed Kenneth Copeland accepting the Pope. And by the way, all those people that were in that meeting that they had there, those weren't church members. Those were church leaders only. It was a convocation for church leaders. That's how many different mega churches are connected with Copeland. And this is why the Pope met with him. And so they could spread their air all around the world. And then a couple of days later, you see that mega church in Sweden agreeing with Copeland and declaring the husband and the wife get up in front of their congregation and state that they have decided to convert to Catholicism, and no one had a problem with it. Why? Because the prophecy said the Protestant world is going to stretch their hand across the Gulf and join with Rome and even embrace their doctrines. I just got an article today about the Protestants are now declaring that the baptisms of the Catholic are just as the same as the baptisms of the Protestants. But Catholics baptize babies who don't even know Jesus Christ. But the prophecy has to be fulfilled, so it's going to be. But the reason they want to ban anybody that's not Catholic, and that would be people like us, the remnant of our seed, because we're not going to go along with this. We don't even have the 501c3, which forces you to create image of the beast, and join your church with the state. We don't even do that. And so we won't go along with this. And so they have to ban us or try to make it to where we don't have free speech or whatever, because of the fact that when we speak, it exposes the errors that they preach. And so they have to ban that to prevent problems for them. And then they go on to say that what protection would they have against a Catholic state? And to them, that's true. They think that they have that much power. Right? And this was actually imprimatur by Cardinal Hayes, which means let it be written in Latin. In other words, this is the Vatican-approved statement. But like Goliath, when he ran towards Israel, wanting a man to fight, to take over Israel, to make them slaves of the Philistines, King David, when he was a young man, come running up there and he saw what was going on. And he went there in the faith of God. And this is what's happening with us today. Just like Goliath coming up there acting like he can beat anybody on the planet. These guys are doing the same thing. They're flexing their muscles just like they did with Gideon when he ran forward with 300. The people of God, or King David, or Gideon, or anybody else in the Bible that has shown how it couldn't have been the person doing the act. It had to be God involved. This is what's going on now. Soon we're going to be surrounded by people that don't believe as we do. And we're very small in number, but there is a reason for that. Our God will get the glory. And he will be glorified. So they may think that we won't have any protection, but that's only because they don't have faith in the God that we have faith in. His hand will move, and this is where he shines the most. So what is this all about? There's the article. Boehner invites the Pope to address Congress. Boehner is a Roman Catholic from Ohio. Okay? It says here in the article, if the pontiff accepts, and you gotta know he's gonna, the United States of America is the number one nation. He's got to get there so that he can make himself a moral authority on the planet. Everybody in the world wants to be Americanized. Everybody in the world wants to do it the way America does. And so if America embraces the Pope, well, then it's going to be a piece of cake. for them to go forward with their plans to enforce the Mark of the Beast globally. And yes, the Mark of the Beast will be enforced in the United States of America first. If you want proof, just go to remnantofgod.org, go to the peel down on the top right, or click where it says Sunny laws are coming. It's going to come here first. And then just go to right here where it says order of events that lead to national Sunny laws. The note, just click that. You'll get the information that you're looking for. Okay, so if the pontiff accepts, and it would be unprecedented, no pope or religious leader that serves as a head of state has ever addressed Congress according to the U.S. House Historian's Office. And so I can just end it right there, but I kind of want to share with you what Pelosi said, and I couldn't believe this, what she said here. She goes, and she's Roman Catholic too, by the way. She said she's welcoming Pope Francis to address Congress, and it says that she attended his inauguration at the Vatican and praised him as a moral force. Well, again, go to remnantofgod.org. Oops, go up to the RCC Exposed, go to the Popes of Rome, go down to Francis. This guy, I mean, just look at the oath he took. This is just part of the oath. You can read the entire Jesuit oath here. The man's a Jesuit. He is stated in his oath, and here's just one thing I'll state here, and he's talking about people that aren't Catholic or the people that he wants to ban. It says he will rip up the stomachs and wombs of their women and crush their infants' heads against the walls in order to annihilate forever their execrable race. In other words, if you're not Catholic, they'll kill you, right? And he's already busy doing that. I mean, the Catholic Church was instrumental in inventing Islam, and they're going forward. And right now, there's a Christian dying every 2.5 minutes by the hands of a Muslim, and the Pope's okay with it. He declares allegiance with them. And look at the Masonic symbolism that this man does. And just the other day, now, I don't see how Pelosi could see him as a moral force when he is right now being questioned in regards to 15 years worth of molestation scandals in Argentina when he was a cardinal. This is the exact same stuff that caused Benedict to resign from the Vatican just last year, a year ago. And this Pope also admitted in writing that he stole a rosary right from a dead man's hands in his casket and still carries it in his cassock to this day. And so whenever he does something bad against somebody, he strokes it and feels better. But that's only because Satan is helping him feel better, because God is not going to bless you in disobedience. And then, of course, this Pope also sanctions civil unions and homosexual marriage and the homosexual lifestyle, for that matter. He's been doing that since he was a cardinal. He was one of the first cardinals to do it. In fact, he was pushing for civil unions in Argentina. But he's also very adamant about socialism. And this has to go down this way in order to effectively enforce the Mark of the Beast. And this is why he's going to be speaking before Congress, so as to bring about the final events that cause that eastern sky to split. He doesn't realize this. He's just following Satan's lead because he believes Satan's telling him the truth when he says that he can defeat Christ, when in fact he can't. So I hope and pray that you were blessed. Please share this with as many as you possibly can. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching. God bless.